Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share this video, especially if you love college football as much as I do. Shout out to the Texas Longhorns. I think they're gonna have a pretty good football season this year if Sarkisian does his stuff right. I have not been high on Sarkisian, but I am high on Texas's football team, their talent, and the way that they play football. I like the physicality Texas plays, especially defensively. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Do I think they'll be better than 2022? I think they will be. As far as their schedule, they have teams like Oklahoma, who I think is going to be a lot better. Kansas, who I think will improve based off of last year's team. I think their defense will play better. Kansas State, I think they'll be pretty good. I don't think they will be what they were in 22, but I think they'll be a winning football team. I think TCU will be pretty good again this year. I don't think they'll be national championship level good like they were making it there, but you know what I mean. I expect them to beat those teams. However, you know what? I expect them to lose road games like Alabama and TCU, and I'll talk about why. Alabama is hard to beat at home. They've only lost 2 home games that I know of from the top of my head. In 2015 to Ole Miss with Chad Kelly, and 2019 with LSU and Joe Burrow. And of course, they went on to win the national title. They were unbeaten that whole year. The closest game they could have lost was at Alabama that year. I don't think that's going to happen with Texas. I just don't see Sarkisian out coaching Nick Saban when Nick Saban is hungry and has his team ready to go with a lot of talent around his team at home. So I think Texas loses there. I think they will beat Oklahoma in a very close football game. More of a defensive battle than what it used to be. I think Texas will lose at TCU. Now, here's the thing. I know Texas is more talented, but if you look in recent years, TCU usually beats Texas for some reason. They own Texas, football-wise, as far as winning and losing. I don't want to talk trash on here, but not in this video. But I have TCU somehow winning this game. Sonny Dykes is a really good football coach. He has his team and heading in the right direction. They'll be a winning football team again. They might get double-digit wins. And one of those wins, I believe, will be a massive home victory over Texas. So I do think for some reason they win that game. I think Texas will have a lot of injuries by then. They'll be battered up. They won't play their best football game for some reason. I think TCU shows up and plays a darn near perfect game. They beat Texas at home by at least 5 points or less. 10-2 at worst for Texas. They might lose to Oklahoma State again because, again, Oklahoma State likes to beat Texas. I think Texas has only beaten them twice since 2016 or 2017. They beat them in 2019, and they beat Oklahoma State in the COVID year. Other than that, Oklahoma State might gunny own Texas. They beat Texas, so I think Texas could go 9-3 at worst. At best, 11-1, 10-2. So I think Texas will have a pretty good football season. I'm not talking about conference championships right now because we're nowhere near that. We're not even near the... Actually, we are close to the season. It's June now. June 2nd. So, hook 'em horns, 9-3 at worst, 10-2, 11-1 at best.